the volume while I'm waiting for any live notifications to go out to followers and subscribers. Wow, that is some of the worst typing I've ever done. Yeah, literally no element of the link correct. Okay. So, welcome to Skyrim. Hello, Dexy. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully everything got up and running again. OBS had a momentary hiccup, but everything seems to be okay now. At the very least, I'm live on Twitch again. I should just check on YouTube because that's what archives the stream for me. Yep, looks good. Okay, then let's get the things up I need. So, I know where I can find a lighter-tail anthias and the scorpion fish. For guaranteed. But it will take me some time. So we are going to continue on with the Dawnguard questline, at least to start. Chasing Echoes. Serana has indicated her desire to locate her estranged mother Valerica, who had fled Castle Volkihar with one of the Elder Scrolls. She believes that Valerica may have left a clue to her whereabouts somewhere in the courtyard of the castle. In order to avoid detection by the castle's vampires, we've decided to utilize a hidden entrance on the back side of the island. I do not need to find the Elder Scroll Dragon because I had already done that as part of the main quest line.
What do you need?
So with Serana's help, we are going to go back to her family home. Let me check. I think it would be to my benefit to craft some more arrows. My apologies, I should have done that off screen. I'm not going to be actually fishing through the interface for a while. And I got books out of my inventory. Just make sure I didn't forget anything besides crafting arrows. I'll do my usual take out 6 dragon bones so that I can do 1 cycle of the wood chopping animation. I don't have what I need.
Yes? What did you need?
Some part of me is surprised that crafting arrows doesn't use like leather strips or something. How do you affix the arrowhead to the wood? I've never actually made arrows in real life, so I'm not really sure. I have fired a bow in real life. Rather poorly, but I have done it. Okay, down to the 15, I've got 159 of them. That should be enough to at least get me into the next sub area. But this is not an easy path I'm about
Yes.
to
What did you need?
embark on.
What now?
Were you and Valerica close?
Before my father became obsessed with a prophecy, my mother and I spent quite a bit of time together. She was very fond of our alchemical garden in the castle courtyard. She taught me quite a bit about cultivating quality regions.
So you always got along?
Like the best of friends. I would never hesitate to share anything with her.
But then it all changed.
It was very sudden. It was almost like one day we were a normal family, and then the next, I didn't know who they were. I'd try to visit my mother in the garden, and she'd quickly shoo me away, saying she was much too busy.
That's why we're headed there?
She had to be up to something in that garden. I'm hoping it's a clue that will tell us where she went.
Tell me about your family.
There's not a whole lot to tell. You've already seen my father's obsession. My mother's not a whole lot better, but you'll see that soon enough.
Were you close with them?
My father... No, not really. I did spend a lot of time with my mother, but she saw me more like a protege than a daughter. What about you? What were your parents like?
I never really give much thought to Elizabeth's backstory. I'll say they were good people. I miss them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a bad memory.
It's fine.
Let's just keep going.
I'm going to get lightning bolt. I'm gonna hit one of these that I've been looking up at. Castle Volkihar, at least around it, is the location for bone hawks. They have claws, and they have feathers, and they have skulls. Unlike regular hawks, those are not alchemical ingredients. They are miscellaneous items. But there is a smithing recipe for bone hawk amulets. So, if you take down a couple bone hawks, you can get what you need to craft some of those. My preferred method of hunting hawks or other
This must be that beautiful
aerial
Skyrim
creatures
weather I've always heard about.
is electricity, because shock magic travels instantly, so you don't have to lead the shot, but I keep missing anyway. There's the second one. I'll call that good enough. 2 should be fine. So if there's some more on my path to the back, why not? How many times can I miss an easy shot? Let's just switch to my bow. So I need to go around the side of the castle to the back.
Yeah, just around this bend.
Here's Serana confirming that I'm going the right way.
Castle looks so big from down here. I mean, it is big, but, well, even bigger.
So there will be some enemies up here. There'll be some skeletons blocking my progress. Serana brought that one right back. There's at least one hooded skeleton. The one I shot went down in one arrow. These ones are a little bit tougher. I was gonna keep moving, but he didn't. Serana tried to raise that one, but it appears to have failed.
Where'd you come from?
They didn't come from anywhere. They've been here the whole time. Just because you were ignoring them doesn't mean they weren't here. So I'm fighting the archer, she's fighting the other. There's an extra archer somewhere around here.
This won't end well for you.
It's up there. I guess.
What have you got?
Would have struck the heart if it had one. It's not even like a chest over here or anything. That's boring. In any case, the entrance we were seeking is this door, the Volkahar Undercroft. Serana seems to be bugging out of it. Did you spend a lot of time down here?
I like to explore. My parents almost never let me off the island, so yeah, I poked around down here a lot. It was a little quieter back then. Guess a little vampire girl was enough to scare off the rats.
You sound like you were a weird little kid.
I was, but I think I turned out okay. I can't wait to see the courtyard again.
I am often considered weird. Nothing wrong with that. Or maybe I just don't want there to be anything wrong with that. So right now it just
The old
appears...
water cistern. On some days this would smell just... Be glad you weren't here then.
So there's some death hounds, some skeevers.
What was that?
Not much to be concerned about as of yet.
Just getting jumpy, I guess.
A feral vampire is up here.
What was that? Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Not good enough to live in their stupid keep, am I? Stupid size don't realize I've moved into the undercroft and started taking control of their own death hounds. I'll get my revenge. There are not a ton of feral vampires down here. You can see there's at least one. Sure, I'll take the garnet. Why not? So there are a number of ways to, or seemingly a number of ways to go down here, but some of them are just boarded up. At least I think this is boarded up, not a bridge I can lower. Or maybe it all loops around. Stock will be allowed down here if you've got some ingredients you want to test out. The Ethereum Wars, if you haven't done that quest. A Hypothetical Treachery, if you need a Destruction skill book. I believe I have a copy of that at home. Okay, so you come up here and then you lower the bridge. So that's how it works.
Take a left up here. This is one of those weird double-barred security measures that my father put in when he got me killed.
Kind of like how Belka helped you to get through her tower.
Where'd you come from?
But I think I like Stronda a little bit more than Belka. Even though a non-hostile Hagraven is certainly interesting.
Where'd you come from? Teamwork, there.
You tried to rise something, I actually took out the enemy. I'll always take the salt. Can't have too much salt, at least not as far as salt piles in this game goes. Let me pull out my dagger actually.
Yes? What did you need?
Go through some of these. There's a spider right up here. A giant one, in fact. I didn't say it ahead of time, but you saw me cutting through spider webs. It should be expected. Plenty of garlic in a vampire castle. Naturally. So come back around to this spot. And we lowered the bridge so we can go forward.
This leads out to the courtyard. Just head for the door.
Oh, if only it were so easy. Oh wait, the worst part is past the courtyard, isn't it?
We've made it to the courtyard. Oh no.
This doesn't look like a well-tended garden.
Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. It was beautiful once. This was my mother's garden. It... Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait.
Missing crests.
Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something.
So I need to investigate the moon dial. And see that crests are missing. I don't know if there's any point in going into these towers, but let's find out. And maybe I come in here after. So I do need to get the necessary crests. There's a half moon crest in the water there. There's a full moon crest back behind those plants. You don't have to know where they go. You just have to find the spot for the missing crest. The third
I'm telling
one.
you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
I'm trying to remember where the third one is. Maybe up here? Yeah, that makes sense. So once you've replaced all the missing crests, the moon dial spins.
Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go.
So I'm being asked to go down there, not up here. Should I explore the north tower or just keep going? Or the east tower? I'd wager that I probably can't go very far in any of these towers. They're probably just a way to get some extra loot while you're here. At least it doesn't appear to be very much in this east tower. I did shoot an enemy here in the north tower, and it does appear to branch off from that main area.
Where'd you come from?
It's clear there's more in this tower than there was in the east. Even if there didn't appear to be multiple rooms, just having enemies in general.
Done and done.
There's a locked door here. There's some gold ingots, a silver jeweled necklace hanging off of that arm. A bony arm. There's a large chest in here, but gargoyles. Should have expected gargoyles. This one appears to be kind of stuck. Which means I can just keep pelting him with arrows. Though they're not doing much damage. Regular gargoyles are not too bad. It's when you start getting to the gargoyle sentinels and brutes that you're fighting real strong enemies. You did see some gargoyles all the way back in... what's it called? There's a vampire tower I did when I was doing Valkyrie's quests. It's a vampire big car. What was that place called? I go there once each playthrough and never again. Bloodlet Throne. Saw some gargoyles there. But now that we're working on the Dawnguard quest line, we're going to see a whole lot more. Looks like while I was peppering the gargoyle with arrows, she was taking her time with the skeleton. That I will say was close to teamwork. She was at least handling one of the enemies. But I'm quite fortunate that the gargoyle did not or could not move. An expert chest here. Now that I'm at 100 lockpicking, breaking lockpicks is just boring. Not like I've got any experience to gain. Alright, can interact with those, so... yeah, 2 nice chests in this tower. As far as west and south go, west appears to be where the entrance to the Great Hall was, and there doesn't appear to be a south tower, or at least one that can be accessed from the courtyard. So, now that I've taken a little bit of a detour, let's head down into the Volkahar ruins. It'll save when I go through the door, but let's drop a save of my own as well. Full chain right here, which will raise up that wall.
I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around.
So up until now, she was familiar with the castle and could tell you what to expect, but she is not familiar with this part. My paw's axe.
Who's there? I knew I heard something. Done and done.
What do you mean done and done? There's another skeleton walking up behind you.
Where'd you come from? I knew I heard something.
In fact, a whole
Metal.
dinner party of skeletons.
Who's there? I knew I heard something. Man off.
The last one was a little bit stronger. Of course, all the platters are empty because, you know, they're skeletons. What were they going to
close. I'm sure of it.
north and south. I can go 2 ways. I cannot go 2 ways. This is just an alcove. That's a gargoyle that's gonna come to life if I've ever seen one. It's a brute, but I'm in darkness, and like the sentinel, it appears to be kind of stuck. I'm not going to pretend I'm not getting lucky here. You okay, Serana? Are you blundering into things? You're a vampire, you're supposed to be stealthy. And, you know, generally fairly decent at avoiding traps. A couple more skeletons to take down. I'm completely unconcerned with soul trapping anything in this dungeon. I was prepared to fire an arrow, but it would be nice if they, took out the last tiny sliver of his health without me having to do so. Is there more gargoyles up here somewhere? Lots of gold on that plate. A plate of gold. Or a plate on a fancy restaurant that serves things with gold leaf. This doesn't taste like anything. I never been particularly interested. Being able to afford something made with gold leaf is like a status symbol, but I don't care how much the food costs, it doesn't taste good. Apparently this is a hostile skeleton. I assumed it was one she had raised. Well, I was just more interested in swinging against her instead of me. I'll make sure I get at least some two-handed experience in this dungeon. Now he's more focused on me, but she is providing some damage support, so they'll go down before I do. I did toy with the idea last time about checking the locations of light armor skill books and picking up one so that it would take me from 99 to 100. I decided not to, but if we look at our light armor, I'm more than halfway up to 100, so what I should do though is go get my extra archery levels. Obviously, gargoyle statue right there. It's not guaranteed that every gargoyle statue will actually attack you. And my sneak skill is at 100. A locked door that leads to a unlocked chest. I took multiple things that I can't. So leaving a gold diamond ring behind does kind of hurt. You know, you've said that a few times, Serana. If you keep saying that you're sure we're getting close, but we don't actually get any closer, I might start to distrust you. Curiously, most of the books here are fine. And a fine looking loot. Did I mention on stream that I got a content ID claim because one of the Bard songs is Greensleeves? Greensleeves itself is in the public domain, but apparently the recording that was used for the mod is not.
I'm sure of it.
It doesn't. It's not. It's a content ID claim is not a copyright strike, but it's still annoying.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
They don't see me, but Serrano's behind me, so if they try to attack her, I might end up getting hit anyway. Finish that guy. I will start sending arrows up here. Game stuck for a moment there.
Done and done.
Okay. My arrows just basically fell right down. That was the one she revived, but it didn't have to end up coming up here because I took care of the guy myself. Thank you for moving, Serrano. So there's a pole chain behind that gargoyle. It will come alive as soon as you pull it. So that was prepared. ton of damage with the sneak attack, and then there wasn't a lot of damage left to do to it. So I believe that pull chain opens something back this way. Which is why it was always letting me look backwards. I'm not sure about that. Even if I hit it with an arrow, it doesn't wake up. I don't like wondering what a pull chain did. I like it when it's very clear. Let's see if clairvoyance can help me. Typically, I don't trust clairvoyance to actually lead me anywhere, but
We're getting close, I'm sure of it.
it's leading me right here.
We're getting close, I'm sure of it.
Now I'm walking into the traps. It wouldn't be all this way back. Maybe Maybe something bugged out and I need to pull the chain again. This is annoying. It should make it clear what opens and closes and changes when you pull something. See. There's supposed to be a portcullis somewhere in the room with a chain. It's just this, isn't it? Yeah, it's just so wide that it didn't appear to be a special passage in any way. Just go away. And of course,
Where'd you come from?
gotta deal with at least one more strong enemy. I wanted the sentinel to the side of the skeleton was a threat, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. But if you can't get past the skeleton and doesn't seem interested in actually attacking it very much, there's so many arrows here. Damn it, Serana. So back to the battle axe. Back up a little bit and heal. Alright, light armor is now at 100. Alright. gargoyle down. There's an expert door right here. This appears to be an ancient Nord armory. Thought there is probably just an armory.
Where'd you come from?
This is probably the other way that you have to go if you don't, you can't pick an expert lock. Regular level gargoyle. Oh, there's another one in here. It's also regular level, but still, two at once is not necessarily enviable. Oh, and the third one showed up. Well then, I'm scramming out of there. He leapt after me. Strata appears to be engaged in a fight of some sort. Alright, because I am not looking to die today. Okay.
And done. We're getting close.
Oh, I know. Dragon Bone Battle Axe is up to 50 damage. So I was trying to look around and see what else is in this area before I go through the door. But I encountered too many gargoyles. Well, these are the gargoyles voiced by both of the Star Trek Next Generation cast. These are less fun gargoyles. Vampire Royal armor. It's a little bit fancier.
I don't think we've reached the top yet. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here.
I don't even think it's in this room, Serana. I think that was mostly a treasure room. Oh, that's just the way through. She said I don't think we've reached the top yet, so where I can, I want to be going up. Maybe this was the correct way. But to be fair, I wasn't really looking for a way forward, I was looking for loot.
Leave it to my mother. Always smarter than I gave her credit for.
Alright, we are very close to the next area now. Very, very close.
Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone.
What exactly are we looking for?
My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there.
Your mother maintained quite a laboratory.
I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here.
What did she research?
Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy.
To what end?
I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire.
Did your mother keep gargoyles here?
Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating.
I didn't say anything.
I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up.
I will point out here that you can come out here to the Volkahar balcony, and it becomes a new fast travel point. So if you want to leave at this point, you can, and fast travel right back there. Some people think this is kind of a point where you have to continue, and that is not the case. Wonder where she kept the journal and your first instinct would not be to come up here. There are a hefty amount of ingredients in this area. Soul gem fragments are completely worthless, but there are plenty of fully formed soul gems here as well. So let's see. Where exactly was her journal again? I'm not remembering.
Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something.
Yes, I know she did. Just trying to remember where it is. Back here somewhere? There it is. 27th last seed. Harkin's short-sightedness is becoming a serious problem. I've warned him time and time again that his foolish prophecy would cast far too much light on our people, and yet he refuses so much as listen to a word I say. I've become less a wife and more of an annoyance in his eyes. Devoting attention to my work is the only solace I can find while enduring his ridiculous crusade. Next day. I've had a breakthrough today. I was able to attune the portal vessel to the soul cairn properly by using a small sample of ingredients. Although the portal opened only for a few seconds, I'm confident that with the proper formula, it can be sustained indefinitely. I feel like I'm missing a key ingredient, something of sufficient potency that can resist the forces trying to prevent my intrusion. Communing with the ideal masters has proved worthless. They speak in riddles and offer no assistance whether I ensure them a steady supply of souls or not. If I'm to escape Harkin's clutches, I need to keep the portal open long enough to carry me away from here. Forever, if need be. Third Hearthfire. I've done it! After wasting thousands of gold coins on components, I've discovered how to sustain the portal. I'm listing the components below without the proper amounts for my own protection. As a secondary precaution, I am combining my own blood into the formula, which should prevent anyone from being able to duplicate it and following me into the soul cairn. The formula consists of finely ground bone meal, purified void salt, soul gem shards. Using the proper measurements, place the above in the silver-lined portal vessel and add blood as a reactive agent. I will make my way into the soul cairn tomorrow after I gather my things and prepare for a potentially lengthy exile. More importantly, I must enact my plans with Serana and get her to Dim Hollow Crypt as soon as possible. That's the Argonian Maid, Volume 2.
Any luck yet?
I found your mother's notes.
You did? Let me see them.
Hello, Kilo. Welcome back. What's this soul cairn that she mentions?
I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn.
Why did she care where used souls went?
The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself.
If she made it there, we'll find her.
That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn.
What do we need?
A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it.
What's wrong?
We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place.
You share her blood.
Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started.
Are all of those ingredients here?
Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them.
I'll pop a candlelight so it's easier to see. And I'm going to try and grab every ingredient she's got here. Every single one of them. Empty wine bottles are not ingredients, nor is a wooden ladle. The Rerum Durenus is an alchemy skill book, one that I've read. I believe I've actually found that one several times. So, plenty of ingredients, including some rare ones there, but none of the ones we need for the quest. We actually saw what we need for the quest already while looking around. We have the book over here. There are some other ancient but interesting books, but nothing too vital. The finely ground bone meal is on this table. I grabbed the dragon bone before. Soul gem fragments is one thing, soul gem shards is another item entirely.
Having trouble finding those ingredients?
No, I'm finding plenty of other ingredients as well.
Having trouble finding those ingredients?
I noticed that you're being very helpful. Though I suppose it's possibly she's now preparing to make the mixture. I'm always happy to get fire results. And of course, last but not least, the purified void salts.
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
Could I ask you something first?
Of course. What is it?
What will you do if we find your mother?
I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost.
Sounds like she did everything for your sake.
Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me. About all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge.
We won't know until we find her.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then?
Let's get that portal open.
Alright, here goes. Oh, what is it?
Anything you can tell me about the soul cairn real
The
quick?
Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters.
Why was your mother so fascinated by it?
Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest.
What exactly are the Ideal Masters?
Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it.
Then how are you sure they even exist?
I've read stories. Stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike.
Fools? Why do you say that?
Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead.
Okay. waiting for Serana to add her blood. She just bites her arm.
By the blood of my ancestors. She actually did it. Created a portal with a soul cairn. Incredible. Incredible. Simply incredible.
So if you try to go in, you start taking damage.
Are you alright? That looked painful.
It was. What happened?
Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The soul cairn is, well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment.
So there's no way in then.
There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem.
Are you saying that I need to become a vampire?
Not your first choice, I guess?
There has to be another way.
Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
Wouldn't that kill me?
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the ideal masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe.
Those are my only options?
I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.
So,
Have you made up your mind?
you have two choices here. You can let her turn you into a vampire, or you can be partially soul trapped and be temporarily weaker.
Take your...
I'm going to drop a couple hard saves for safety here. Someone asked that I do a stream where I become a vampire and just go wild, but I prefer for this quest to be partially soul trapped. Once you get into the soul cairn, you can find the missing part of your soul and continue through there at full strength. But for the time being, I'm actually going to leave for a moment. I will probably enter the soul cairn after a break. It is a large area. What I want to do first is I want to come over near Falkreath. I am looking for... Where the heck is it? I know I've been... Engi's camp. That's what I was looking for. I am at level 92 archery. Which means I want to come here and find Engi.
Name's Anji, and if you try anything stupid, I won't hesitate to put an arrow in your head.
Calm down. I'm not going to hurt you.
Sorry, a girl can't be too careful out here. Like I said, name's Anji, and I've been living out here for a couple of years now.
Just a moment.
Never should have come here.
We got an ancient dragon that is going to kill us real quick. Real quick. Yeah. I need to have closed wounds ready immediately if I'm going to be fighting a dragon of that level. Let's try that again.
Name's Anji, and if you... Like I said, name's Anji, and I've been living out here for a couple of years now.
Why live out here all by yourself?
I moved here from Helgen after my family was killed. At the time, Is someone there? Good day.
Make sure closed wounds is ready so that if it starts breathing at me, I can heal. That's good, the dragon's gonna end up killing you. I keep on waiting too long to dragon runs it again. Just keep chopping away at its leg. Pretty soon here it should be 2 damage to fly. Alright, we got a dead dragon.
What do you want, little elf?
Who killed your family?
2 imperial drunks who thought they were above the law.
Want me to take care of them?
Already did. Part of the reason I'm living out here now. Thanks for offering, though.
I'm sorry about your family.
Don't be like them. Don't feel sorry for them.
What are those targets for?
I set up those targets a long time ago. I shoot at them from time to time. Get rusty with my bow.
Are you any good with your bow?
That I am. You know how to use one?
Let's just say Hircine would be jealous.
Well, let me know if you ever want to practice. If you need a bow, there's one on the rack to the left of the door. Let's see if I can teach you a few things
So
about
if you
using
don't
it.
have a bow, you can take this hunting bow. There are also some practice arrows there. Practice arrows do not do any damage, which is why you get to use them for this. Because you're not trying to hurt anyone, you're just shooting at targets. So let me delete the spam. And we'll do some practice. If I can figure out where she went. There is also a archery skill book in her house. The Gold Ribbon of Merit. Oh, she went down by the dragon, as everyone does when the dragon dies.
In all my years, I've never seen such a thing.
I'm ready for some practice.
Excellent. Follow me to the targets and we'll begin. My father was rarely home, so it was my mother who actually taught me how to use a bow. She always said composure was the key to a successful archer. If you can remain calm, even in the midst of chaos, your arrow will most likely find its target. Okay, let's see what you can do. Remember to stay within the boundaries and only use the practice arrows. I have some if you don't have any. Aim for the middle target. Try and hit the middle target.
Little target is an easy shot.
Nice shot, right on target. Now hit the target to the left.
And you see I got a full archery level just for hitting that target.
Great shot.
Another
Now hit the
full
target
shot
to the
for
right.
that one. I was a little off on that shot.
Beat. Nice shot, right on target. Let me know if you want to practice some more. Next time we'll make it a little more challenging.
I hit each target once and received 3 levels of archery just for that.
Need something?
I'm ready for some more practice.
Excellent. Follow me to the targets and we'll begin. My older brother took me out hunting a lot when I was little. At the time, it was difficult to keep food on the table, let alone have enough left over to sell at the market. So whenever we came across more than one deer in a single location, it was imperative we kill as many as we could. If you can learn to keep your composure and trust that each shot is true, then you should be able to quickly handle multiple targets. When I tell you to, try and hit each of the 3 closest targets in 8 seconds.
So, line up your first
I'll
shot.
count to 3 and then say go. You have 8 seconds to hit each of the 3 targets. Draw string and get ready. 1, 2, 3. Go! Be careful. Time's up. Better luck next time.
I'm not sure which one I missed. Usually I get through this pretty quickly, but I'm not doing very well today. It's unusual that I fail before the last.
Speak, El. Sure. All right then.
If you have the perk that slows down time when you zoom in, or the slow time shout, you can use that for a little bit of assistance here.
I'll count to 3 and then
I'm
say
gonna
go.
line up the
You
furthest
have 8
target.
seconds to hit each of the 3 targets. Draw string and get ready. 1, 2, 3. Go! Be careful. Time's up. Better luck next time.
There's no way I missed. My arrow was stuck in that target. She walks away real quick. Get back
Huh?
down there.
Sure. Good day.
I'll try once more on screen, but if not, I'll at least complete this one off screen at some point.
I'll count to 3 and then say
So you're
go.
not always
You have
waiting
8
for me to
seconds to
complete
hit
this.
each of the 3 targets. Draw string and get ready. 1, 2, 3. Go! Hey, watch it! You did it! All 3 targets in 8 seconds. Nice job. Let me know if you want to practice some more. Next time
And I
we'll
get
make it a
another
little more
archery
challenging.
level for completing that. More practice arrows right there on the ground.
Great job hitting those targets. Excellent. Follow me to the targets
I'll
and
at
we'll
least show
begin.
you what the next one is and maybe give it one shot.
We've talked about speed and composure. Now we'll go over precision. Oftentimes you won't be able to get as close to your prey as you'd like, and you'll have to settle with a long shot.
There's one more
However,
target
with
way
such a
out
long
there.
shot, it's more than likely that's the only shot you'll be able to take before your prey runs off. If you find yourself in such a situation, then you need to make your shot count. Don't rush your shot. Crouch down, get comfortable, and take aim. Okay, your turn. Try and hit the target way in the back, far behind the other 3. Remember to take your time and make your shot count.
It's way out there. So with long shots, you definitely need to aim a little bit higher.
Be careful.
This will be where my arrows are landing here. Seems like they're landing pretty... Oh, those are hers. Looks like for the most shot, my arrows were going past the target.
Nice shot.
Alright,
Right on
I
target.
know where I'm aiming.
Let me know if you want to practice some more. Next time we'll make it a little more challenging.
So I figured out where exactly I need to aim. Assuming I have the horizontal lineup correct. But when she says next time we'll make it a little more challenging, she means that I have to do all 4 targets in 12 seconds. Again, I'll make one attempt now.
Huh? Excellent. Follow me to the targets and we'll begin. We've talked about composure, speed, and precision. Now it's time to use all 3 at once.
This has always been in the game. You've been able to do it since the original release.
I'm warning you now. This challenge will be quite difficult. Just remember everything I've taught you and you should be able to complete it. It may take you a couple of tries, but that's what practice is all about.
I'm gonna line up the first shot.
Try and hit all
Oh,
4 targets
it's 10
in 10
seconds, my bad. I thought it was 12.
I'll count to 3 and then say go. You have 10 seconds to hit each of the 4 targets. Draw string and get ready. 1, 2, 3. Go! Be careful. Time's up. Better luck next time.
Okay, I didn't get it on the first try, but nor did I really expect to. I definitely hit that one and that one. There's a practice arrow in this one. So the shot I missed was the first one at the far target. Looks like it was just short. Yeah, we'll come back and try that periodically, but for the time being, I will move on. I don't need iron arrows. It probably would not hurt me to make yet more dragon bone arrows. I use so many at Castle Volhar. Hopefully,
It's
since
no
I just...
fun getting pushed around all the time.
I'll talk to you, Lars.
My friend Olava, the seer, well, I used to sneak out at night and try to tip over the big ox in the Grey Mane's yard. And me and Mila used to climb up on the roof of Dragon's Reach and look for birds' eggs. But I don't do that stuff anymore. Father keeps catching me and then I get in trouble.
Having trouble?
Yes. Braith bullies me all the time. All the elders think I'm a milk drinker because I can't fight. Nobody understands. If you can get Braith to leave me alone, I'll be your best friend. Forever. I'll pay you too. My whole life savings. 2 septums.
I'll talk to this girl.
Oh, good. She'll listen to you. I just know it. Alright then.
His family's loaded and his whole life savings is 2 septums. What's Braith doing in Carlotta's house?
Ugh. Intending to... Hounds smell like a wet dog.
Yes, I'm still a werewolf. What of it? Speaking of which, it's been a number of days. The companion leaders should be back at Yorkbasker by now. It's 2 a.m., so everyone should be asleep, but the companion leaders should be here somewhere.
What do you need, my friend?
Let's see. No one in that bed. We do have Vilkas sleeping. And we've got Ayla asleep over here. Did Score come back to life? If he did, he's not here right now. Let's talk to Ayla first.
You're someone who can get things done. I like that. Do you have guidance? We've got some trade. See if you can find some. And I'll try. Of course you will.
The animal pelt collection was not supposed to be in the game initially, but it did end up getting added back in with mods, so I can be asked to find some bear pelts. I do not have to go hunt bears to make that happen. It doesn't matter where you get the pelts, you just have to get the pelts. So if you want to check general goods stores or see if you can find a hunter out somewhere and get the bear pelts that way, you can do that. If you want to actually go out hunting bears yourself, sure. Or if you happen to have, the necessary number of bear pelts in a chest somewhere, then you can just grab them and take them over to her. I don't know if it had to specifically be regular bear pelts or if I could do like a mismatch with different types of bear pelts, but I had 6 regular pelts, so good enough. You can only do the quests to find the Tones of Hircine with Ayla.
I've heard you may actually be stronger. I've already given you a job. These look like good quality too.
While you're
I know
still
it's
a
not the
werewolf.
glamorous heroic work, but don't be surprised if I ask you to do it again. Alright then. Do you have guidance for me, Harbinger?
As far as I'm aware, I'm looking for work.
Need something? Alright then.
Is a...
Yes? The Jarl of... It seems that predators have taken up residence and have been attacking farmers and travelers. Need something? The Jarl of the Rift has asked for our...
As far as I'm aware, I'm looking for work. Is not what they say when they're going to ask you for one of their special quests. I think it's more like, is there anything to be done?
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. I wouldn't have expected. Come to me. It seems that one of them, at this point, they don't care what happens to him, and neither do I. Best to just kill him and be done with it.
Let me actually turn this on, so it will show me where all of them are.
Until next time.
I just show you one of their quests today, but my intention would be to do all of them eventually. Is Farkas still... Farkas is over this way, apparently. Is he out here to fight a dragon? Apparently they're here fighting a bear.
My favorite. Okay, buddy. Let's get some.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something. Mm-hmm.
You know, because they reminded me of something, I do promise I'll be getting to the Soul Camp before too long. Let me go to Skyhaven Temple real quick and see if I can find Esbern. See if Esbern has a dragon location for me.
I'm a blade now. I can hardly believe it.
What is it?
Dragonborn. What you need?
You'll have to speak up. Did you say something?
Find any dragons to hunt?
I have. One of the old
Tell them to meet me there.
Goodbye, then.
There's a buff you can give me that's more permanent than the dragon slaying blessing. But I believe you have to kill a dragon with the help of the blades before he will give you that one. Northwind Summit is all the way over this way. I'll travel to the Atronach Stone as I have been doing every time I go to this region. Actually, that's quite far away. I'll go to Shore's Stone. And it wasn't showing up because miscellaneous was not active. So it should be me, Faendal, Mercurio, and Eric against the dragon of as of yet undetermined strength. Could be another ancient dragon, could be revered, could be elder, could just be a base level dragon. Who knows? I will do my best to find a path that Shadowmere can ride up. I think it expects me to go through the mines to get up here, rather than, you know, ride up the mountain, which is why it's showing me an interior location for a dragon roost. Here are the blades, ready to help. I did hit him. It's a blood dragon, so we shouldn't have too much trouble taking him down. Between the four of us plus Shadowmere, a single blood dragon should not be a concern. In fact, I don't think I was about to say I don't think I need a dragon rend again, but we've managed to take off before his health got low enough. I'm confident at this point though that he's grounded.
Dragon, what do you need?
Alright, so we absorb the dragon's soul, we pop up to this. It's a word of aura whisper that we're getting. It's our second word of that shout. So when you ask the blades, they will send you to the location of a dragon. When you ask the greybeards, they send you to the location of a word. Beyond that, the general function of the quest for the blades and the greybeards are not terribly different. Just the greybeards can sometimes send you to a dungeon that will have a word at the end of it, whereas the blades will typically send you to a dragon roost that you may or may not have already gotten the word at. In this case, it was a dragon roost that I had not visited as of yet, so I got the dragon and the word.
I'm a blade now. I can hardly believe it.
So now that I've completed that, I will go over to Esbern and receive my reward, and hopefully he will have a new dialogue option after that.
This temple is marvelous. Have you ever seen stonework like this, Delphine? Did you need something?
The dragon of Northwood Summit is dead.
It's good to see the blades fighting alongside the Dragonborn once again. To think we're treading in the footsteps of thousands of years past. While you're out hunting, keep a sharp eye open for any dragon scales and bones you might find. I'd be interested in looking at them.
Here's a dragon scale and a bone.
Have you ever heard of the expression, the scale of the Argonian that bit you? No, I guess not. Well, the principle applies here. It's a potion made from those dragon parts. Give it a try.
Dragon bone removed, dragon scales removed, Ezrin's potion added.
That
Now it's not actually a potion. It is a potion you need to drink. It grants you the dragon infusion perk, so we'll use that.
good.
Dragon infusion. Dragons do 25% less melee damage. That is permanent and it is beautiful. So now I'm a little less worried about being within range of a being clipped by a wing or a tail or even bitten by one. As it will now do 25% less damage than it did before. Still damage cap supply, but you know. With that being done, and with none of the companions leaders giving me a non-radiant quest, non-repeatable quest at least, I'm going to return to Whiterun. Wonder why the hell Braith has been in Carlotta's house for days. Clearly I need to break in and make something happen. Amron, your daughter's been in this person's house for days. What do you have to say about that?
Are you in trouble? What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you, you know. Even if you are... Hey, watch it. We done? Boys. Stupid Lars, Battleborn. I fight him almost every day. But it's not much of a fight, because he don't fight back.
You need to stop bullying Lars Battleborn.
Yeah? Why?
You want to be shipped off to Honor Hall Orphanage?
Okay, I'll leave him alone.
Basically
I
threatening
was
to
just
kill her
kidding around.
parents.
Besides, if he'd only kiss me, I wouldn't have to beat him up all the time. Finally, I got stuff to do, you know.
Alright, so we have quite a bit of stuff in our inventory. I didn't expect to be fighting quite so many dragons today, but that certainly contributed to my carry weight significantly. Let's get all this ore and gems out of my inventory. That will help a lot. There are so many alchemical ingredients in Valerica's study. And just overall. I picked up Vampire Royal Armor because it was nice. Beyond all that, I think I'm doing okay. I'll do one more thing before I return to Castle Volkar, and then I'll take my break, and then we'll be going through the Soul Cairn. Hopefully completing all of the Soul Cairn today. The one thing I want to do first is head over to the Golden Hills Plantation and harvest the Canis root and juniper that I had planted here.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
I'm gonna pop a quick save in case the game crashes when I try to go inside. The previous fortify archery potions I had made gave 30% more damage, and my current alchemy they do 41% more damage. You can hear all my animals here. I'm actually going to tell the less savory ones, the spider and the skeever, to move to Mirror Watch, along with the nymphs. Okay, so as I said, you can travel straight to the Castle Volkhar balcony. And go back into Valerica's study. I will take a break, and then I will return and tell it to partially soul trap me. And then we will be going through the Soul Cairn. A very large area and lots of things to do in there. So I will be back shortly. Okay, we're back into the game. Let's talk to Serana
Have you made up
and
your
allow
mind?
her to soul trap me.
Are you sure? You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within. I know this is difficult. I'd never do anything that could hurt you.
I trust you completely.
Thank you. Let's not waste any more time then. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
So, some stream I'll reload the save from before making that decision and become a vampire and just rampage for a little bit.
Let's go.
But
My
for
mother must
now,
be waiting on the other side of that thing.
let's enter the soul cairn.
The air, the ground. This is all wrong.
Are you sure Valerica has the Elder Scroll?
No, but there's no way she would have left it in Tamriel. She wanted to get it as far away from my father as possible. I can't imagine a better place.
And if she doesn't?
Then we find out where she hid it. If she's still alive. Well, as alive as she was before. Or as now. Or... you know what I mean.
Why not hide it in the soul cairn and then return?
Probably to avoid whatever my father would do to her if he could get his hands on her. Or maybe her plan was to come back, but she was stuck here. We won't know until we find her.
Do you know anything about this place?
Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here.
Any soul gem?
Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the soul cairn takes just any leftovers.
Does anything live here?
Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the ideal masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living.
Do you think we'll meet the ideal masters?
I don't think anyone's ever met the ideal masters. I'm not even sure anyone knows what they look like. They could be underground, flying above us. They might be the ground, I have no idea.
Why are they collecting these souls?
Lots of theories. Some say they feed on them like I feed on blood. Others think they use them as payment to an even higher power, almost like a currency. A very strange currency. Whatever they're doing with them, they've been harvesting for millennia. No telling how many souls are trapped here.
Why would the necromancer want to deal with them?
Look around you. There are some extremely powerful undead here. Even a necromancer as seasoned as my mother would be willing to spend years trying to gain access to them.
Summon them, you mean?
Exactly. It's a lost art. Most necromancers just raise up whatever bodies are nearby. A simple trick, really. Child's play. But bringing something from the soul cairn gives you something much more powerful.
How do the necromancers communicate with them?
Ah, that's usually the trick. It's possible to do it through a simple portal. But to finalize the deal, you have to travel here yourself. And most of them never come back.
So I have 5 main things I want to do on this trip to the soul cairn. Complete the Beyond Death quest, of course. Get my soul gem fragment. I guess it's 6 things. Quest, soul gem fragment, Bone Man Conjure Tome, Mistman Conjure Tome, Wrathman Conjure Tome, and Summon Arbok spell. The main quest, getting my soul back, and several spells.
Ugh, the smell here.
The clouds,
Let's try
the
to handle
sky.
this quickly.
It's all wrong. Everything's wrong.
That's exactly what she said. So there are things flying around here, lots of bones, some souls.
Damn Akaviri shaman. How could I know it would trap my soul?
Then you have some spots like this where you can see something inside, but you can't necessarily just walk in. Many things are behind greets.
Want my advice? Never welch on a bargain with the ideal masters. They don't take it very well.
We should be encountering our first enemies shortly.
Where'd you come from?
Bowmen kind of look like skeletons, but they're much more powerful than a typical skeleton.
That'll teach you.
Enemies can pop up here basically at any time. Just be prepared for that. If you want to find a lot of things here, you can actually just kind of stick to the edges of the playable area. Most of the buildings here are like that. You'll find most
Where'd you
things
come
if you
from?
stick to the edges. Of note is that every enemy you defeat here, when you go to loot it, will have at least one soul gem. I was gonna like try and get my 200 up, but I think my best bet for getting through the soul cairn and all of its dangers is just pull out my sword.
That'll teach you.
So there are ideal master crystals on top of some of these places. Jib's Opus page 3. We'll be looking for those. If you want to avoid the soul drain when you're on top of these, you can eat a soul husk. So there is a specific use for soul husks. Actually a fairly important one. So we will find some pages of Jib's Opus while we're in here today, but that is not my main goal. If I find a bunch, great. If I don't, my intention is to do it on my next trip through Soul Cairn. Because I will be coming back here eventually. That's kind of the edge. There's a barrier around much of the Soul Cairn right now. I can't do anything about that. So I've got to find ways around and through it.
Watching us. Always watching.
Okay, so some of these will have portals. Find a way to access the portal that will take you up higher. Even with my max one-handed, I'm not always doing much damage to these guys. And these are just the bone men. And now these are the strongest enemies down here. In fact, they're the weakest class. sprint to get over there. Oh, darn it. I don't expect me to come in this way. Is there even any reason to come over here? Certainly not getting into a portal. So I'm not doing anything right now. By the way, so that you can actually see, weakened soul. Health, magic, and stamina recover slowly while in the soul cairn, and are reduced by 45 points. So yes, there's a specific penalty when you're in here after being soul trapped. This looks promising.
Who's there?
A sack of soul husks, or soul husks. And on here, the Conjure Bone Man spell tome. Summons a Bone Man archer from the soul cairn for 60 seconds to rapidly cast through his spell. Excuse you, I am trying to investigate this altar.
I'm gonna have to kill you. Again!
There's probably a page of Gyp's Opus somewhere on here. Or very near here. Maybe not. I do have a mod for that. Gives me quest markers for those. But I think it didn't get transferred over when I transferred everything else from my old computer.
Stay back! That'll teach you.
I think for whatever reason that one had some problems and I tried to re-download it. It was just out of date or something. So I'm gonna go more or less towards the quest marker. But if there's something that I want to check out, I will do that. I think this area is actually where I have to go to get my full soul back, so...
Where'd you come from?
Where should I look through this area? feed your heart and more soul husks. If you explore this area thoroughly, you'll find the way up to where your soul is. The Book of Life and Service. And the chest here. I'm pretty sure the Book of Life and Service is what I was looking for to tell me I was on the right path. I don't see anything right here. Here we go. This will take me up to the top. And if I check this chest, soul gem essence full added. Now I have my full strength back. If you're wondering how that works with being, you know, inside the soul cairn while you have your full soul essence, it's explained in the game by after spending some time in here, your soul has become attuned to the soul cairn, so you're able to come and go as you please without needing to again become a vampire or have your soul trapped an additional time. Serrano is somewhere around here. Oh, hey, that's Serrano. Sorry, Serrano. Okay, so I found one of the 4 spells I wanted to get while I was here, and I got my soul gem, or my soul back. You do get a miscellaneous quest on the way out to recover your soul gem fragment if you hadn't already. But since I have it now, I don't need to worry about that. I'm checking these areas on the way through because I'll have to go to a lot of them anyway. In the process of actually completing the quest. So if I can just do 1 or 2 of them a little early, that's fine by me. But in general, I'm going to be heading towards the quest marker. Just kind of taking a bit of a meandering path. A lot of the time I'm not even going to bother to fight the enemies that pop up, unless they're actually preventing me from doing something. If you're wondering, the last time we did the Soul Cairn was probably 3 years ago. I usually do Dawnguard pretty late in a playthrough. So there are some soul fissures here. You can harvest them, and basically what it does is just fills one of your soul gems.
The screams. They pierce my mind. I can't stand it.
This guy appears to have a farm of soul husks down here. I presume he was a farmer in life, and now that he's here, he's sticking to what he knows. But the only thing that grows here is soul husks.
Where'd you come
If I can find one more spell before heading towards. Okay, I now have a quest to retrieve Arvak's skull. And many enemies popped up to prevent me from doing so. So I have Arvak's skull now. And that will help me hear a lot. Because the only accompaniment you get to the soul care is Serana and any reanimated dead you happen to have with you when you go through the portal. If you go a little way east from where you found that Rex, because I'm pretty sure it's a little bit east. I can't be entirely certain. I'm not sure if the Detect Life realm has any effect here. Let's see what happens if I try and use Detect Life. There's two guys over here, let's talk to them. No dialogue. No dialogue. No dialogue. And even if I use Detect Life right here, nothing happens. What happens if I cast Detect Dead? It seems to only show the enemies. Which I guess knowing where all the enemies is useful. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the specific NPC related to Arvak's skull. The one who would have asked me to find it if I had not come across it randomly. That at least gets the Bone Man off my back. There's a Wrath Man up here. Okay, now I have a quest marker to return Arvak's skull. Is there anything actually up here? I'm not seeing anything, which is mildly concerning. I feel like if I'm going to climb up a tower, there should be something at the top of it. But it's okay. I can return the skull now.
Arvak! You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you.
He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvak for me.
Such a good horse.
So now we have another spell. Summon Arvak. So you can cast Summon Arvak, and you have a spectral horse you can ride. You can't bring any of your other steeds down here, but you can conjure Arvak and ride him around as you would any horse. He lasts for the same time as other conjures, but as long as you're actively riding Arvak, he will not just randomly disappear on you. So you can ride him safely. You can also conjure him outside of the Soul Cairn.
The Soul
And unlike some situations I've had where I have no idea where my horse ended up and have to go try and find it, I can just, if I lose track of Arvak, I can just summon it again and it'll be right with me. This man rose up and isn't really aware of me. So, I'm not actually going to favorite summon Arvak, at least while I'm down here. I'm basically going to ride along this wall until I get to the quest marker. I'm gonna wait an hour so that Serana catches up to me. I approach the barrier.
Mother?
It can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
I said I'm emulating my favorite vampire hunting heroine, who had many dalliances with vampires, so it makes sense. This is no ruse. I want to keep her safe.
Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
That's why I'm here for the Elder Scroll.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
What do you mean?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Auriel and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
How does Serana fit in?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
The tyranny of the sun requires Serana's blood?
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
Are you saying Harkon means to kill her?
If Harkon obtained Auriel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
I would never allow that to happen.
And how exactly do you plan on stopping him?
I'll kill Harkon.
If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans?
And Serana's opinion in this?
You care nothing for Serana. or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed.
Serrano believes me. Why won't you?
Serrana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serrana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serrana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serrana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
Do you have the Elder Scroll with you?
Yes. I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
What do we need to do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
We'll return soon.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
How did you become imprisoned here?
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
What was a bargain?
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
They tricked you.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
You became trapped.
Unfortunately, yes. Since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach.
You've been imprisoned here for all this time?
Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in.
If I leave the Soul Cairn, can I safely return?
As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer.
Why haven't you pursued the prophecy?
Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
What sort of attention?
If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated.
So you prefer living in the shadows?
I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future.
Who are the ideal masters?
I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the soul cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance.
What do they resemble?
Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the soul cairn. I believe there's more to it than that.
How so?
I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence.
And the crystals?
Conduits, through which the ideal masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims.
Why would they require sustenance?
The ideal master's weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the soul cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them.
What do the masters provide in return?
The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the ideal masters wind up here as harvested souls. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
So there are 3 quest markers now dotting the map. We need to head to each of them and defeat a keeper that is there to work on opening up the barrier. These keepers are quite strong and carry with them dragonbone weapons.
I can't remember how long I've been here. Has it been a day? Or a century?
But we will go to each of them, hopefully finding the Wrathman and Mistman tomes as I go. So step into the portal when you reach the spot and be ready for a fight. You can see that there are souls here. All of their energy coming up here to the keeper. You see how much damage he did with it. He's doing with his arrows. You can shout him off if you would like to. And then all the souls that were powering him are released. Actually, let me go back up there. He was facing this way when I shouted him off.
I'm Z. Yeah.
I went to find his remains. I'm going to do the cycle again so that it fixes the quest markers that were messed up by me jumping off the side. Alright. Let me double check if there's not like anything directly around this. I don't think there is. Ideally, I'd like to get the quest to find the pages of Jib's Opus while I'm down here. But we'll see. Here's the spell tome for Conjure Mistman, plus another page. So that's 3 of the 4 spells I wanted to get while I was here.
Where'd you come from?
Then we popped up, and I'll just keep moving. Suppose I could hop on Arvac and get over there much quicker, but yeah, taking my time. Yeah, I think I read something at some point regarding the soul cairn. It says if you stick to the edge of the area in which you are able to actually walk, you'll either come across or be in proximity to everything here that is important. You can place a soul gem to attract lightning, and when it strikes it, it will be replaced with a black soul gem. If you're interested in doing so, of course. This is the only interior area of the soul cairn. You need to find certain fragments to summon the Reaper. That is inside the Reaper there. You can also cheese it, I believe, with fire runes, but I've never worried about doing that.
Dragon Dunavir, destroyer of souls and harbinger of the fallen.
So I'm being warned again about Dunavir. Here's the Conjure Wrathman spell tome. So that is all of these spells, and I got my soul fragment back. So the last thing I wanted to make sure I completed on the first trip here was simply doing what the quest requires of me, which at this point is finding the remaining keepers. Doesn't look like there's a page here, but there might be near another fragment, but not the case. Oh, he's right here. It appears that he too has a Dragonborn battle axe. I'm going to try Mark for Death on him. And just try and stay away from him while that saps his armor. Or, since these guys seems to be trapped right now, which is perfect with arrows, why let the shot work. Another one. Oh! Shoot, he got loose. He got closer to me because I turned around. He appears to not be too terribly interested in engaging closely with me. Back up, heal. Heal again. Heal again. And do his big swing. Got it. Whew. Those arrows are arrows I shot into him. There's no need in this case to teleport up to the top of the tower. He met me down here. Right, there are a couple of guys on the map, but let's head towards the remaining spot. No, because my smithing is maxed out, I don't really need transmute on there. If I use a flesh spell, it's not going to be oak flesh. When I'm done here, I'll clean out and rearrange my favorites. Like skeleton minion. My concentration is too high to be summoning just minions. Spot looks fancy.
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones.
What's the matter with you?
Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer?
So that's how you got here.
You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. People would track me down just to see what I had for sale.
Got anything left?
Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here.
There must be something you want.
I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly fungus-looking things growing out of the ground. Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left on my cart.
Fair enough. What do you have?
Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal, if you have the husks.
So you can trade in 25 husks for a sword, battle axe, light armor, heavy armor, or spell tome.
Oh sure, keep pestering me.
I will not ask for anything right now. But if I come back by here again, maybe. There's a page of Jib's Opus right there. A bard, another bard location behind him. But there is a portal here. Here, I guess not a portal. It looks like a portal. Am I allowed to like hit these or something? An arrow or a spell or something?
Let's kill those
Oh.
keeper things and get back to the prison.
Oh, that one went dark shortly after I hit it. Yeah, that's how you do it. Just have to hit them with something. I know I'd remember eventually. If you see something shiny, try and hit it and see what happens. Not necessarily advice I would give in general for life, but in the context of the game at least, sure, why not? I probably have to do that a number of times throughout this area in order to access everything. There's another over there. And those two gave me access to this area, though I've already been in here. How are you doing, Benjamin? Having a good day? Yeah, I'm fine. I imagine you're happy it's a Stardew Day or a Skyrim Day, not a Stardew Day. I've got not only the keeper, but a number of his, shall we say, associates. He's got a shield on him, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna see if I can summon a skeleton champion to give me a hand there. Oh goodness. No, no, no. And while the skeleton champion is drawing his attention, I can get behind him and get some hits in. He's got a mace, which means for the most part, I can avoid his hits. Not perfectly effective, but it's a start. I was gonna say if I can't heal him soon, I'd probably better use my level up. Multiple times. Oh no! Oh, for... That's the downside to not having any, like any quick saving here. I don't believe I even have all the spells. I have Bone Man. Now I'm missing Mistman and Wrathman. Oh, for sake. I'm gonna turn it down for a bit until I get back to that keeper. Oh, that's so disheartening. Let's get on the IVAC so I can at least traverse the area a little bit quicker. I had a good plan with choosing a skeleton champion, but turns out he was not as strong as I was hoping. Thankfully, one of the other spells was just right here. The other advantage I have now is already being assured of the way that I open up various paths within the Soul Cairn, within structures, regarding hitting the glowing orbs. So any more I come across, any that I come across, I'm sure of how to open them. So this was the lightning activator.
That'll teach you.
Sometimes the enemies just do not care. This one was just about to transform into soul gems, nothing else here, yeah? Since that doesn't matter too much to me. I'll just continue on my way. And paranoid is on my path. I'm going to ignore the spot that had the remaining spell tome.
is gone.
Nope, I'll get it because it's in here. Okay, I at least have the spells back. Nothing else. Drop another save. Now that I've gotten to that point.
Where'd you come from?
I've become a serial. Oh, apparently, no, I don't know the force.
Creed!
Since I turned down the difficulty, I can just out-muscle him. Oops. Not me to kill Conjure Arvac, I meant to close my wounds. Arvac has absolutely no issue charging into battle.
Who's there?
And of course, being a spiritual horse, if it's defeated, you can just immediately conjure him again and continue on. So Arvac is not immortal in the way that the reindeer or unicorn are, or have a insanely amount of health to make him functionally immortal like Shadowmere. But he can be conjured an infinite number of times. So anytime you want Arvac back, you can just summon him again. Or if you get separated from him and one next to you, you can use the spell in that way as well. In ages past, I had a mod called Whistle on the Steam Workshop. It let me, it allowed me to, added the power to my menu that allowed me to call my horse to me at any time. Alright, so we found this spot again in Morven Stroud, which means I can get that same chest that I did before, plus the page of the Opus.
Well, let's
I'll just
how in the name of Zenith are we?
go through his
I used to be one of the best.
Dialogue quickly.
And what I'll tell you. The only.
You know what? I will accept a spell tome.
Odds. Tell me what you're looking for, and then. Sure, here you go.
I already had Ice Spike, but
And understand a
it's just a completely random tome. Nowhere does it say they'll give you the one that you're sure you don't know. Okay, we're back to the spot where I had been before. But I can hit those to open it for if I want to, for some reason, go to that spot in the future. And I believe from there we headed towards the Keeper and did not make any other stops along the way. But I have my tomes. I have, I believe, all the same pages of the Opus, but at some point I'm going to be, if I can't get that mod working at some point, I'm just going to be following a list on my phone. Tell me where they are. I think what I'll do is I'll kill his minions, and then I will turn the difficulty back up to fight the Keeper himself. trying not to hit it. Okay, I think that's all these guys down. There are the souls he has under his command. He's actually already fairly hurt. So he's doing a lot.
Creed!
I did that should have been back up sooner. How are you feeling after talking to your mother?
Relieved, I think. All those things have been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her.
Why did you ever agree to her plan?
Look, I loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became clutter. I was close with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him, and eventually I started believing them.
She doesn't seem too fond of him.
The moment we gave ourselves to Molik Bal, things got really icy between them.
I mean, I
They were
get
both
that.
drunk with power, and pulling in different directions. And then he found that prophecy, and
What Molag Bal does
was
to
it.
the women. And you were caught in the middle.
I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
You don't know what it's like, coming from a family like that. Everything eventually tumbles down to you. Anyway, we should keep moving. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean.
So there's a gate there. I imagine hitting that with a bolt will bring it down.
Where'd you come from?
Maybe I missed.
Done and done.
I want to check that there wasn't anything in the structure that... I'm not seeing anything. Seems that there were just two glowing orbs, and one was to open a path down here, and the other was to open a path up there. The dragon bone base. Which is of course why I was able to strike quicker than him, because I using a sword. So that is all three keepers defeated, but we're not done with the combat here just yet. This is where I came to get my soul back, I believe. I was supposed to go again. think if I don't find it naturally, I will look up how to trigger Jib's quest before I leave the area. I mean, I know how to trigger it, but find the point of triggering it. I feel like I should be able to get in there.
I knew I heard something.
And I probably can. Whirlwind sprint. Follow it up here and go to the edge. There's an opening there. One way or the other I found my way in. It looks like it was really just easy to find a way down. It's also possible I was up here already, but I'm not sure. Probably not, based on the things that are in here. There seem to be things that I'd like to. Yep. I don't see anything that looks like a note or anything up here, so I think we're done here. Alright. Assuming our path back to the lowered barrier and Valerica. We heard both Valerica and one of the souls warn us about Dinavir, but we seem to have gotten back in time. Only an hour or two. Hopefully end the combat state. Mortal blood, physicalities of werewolves. Rolls of paper, soul husks, and alchemy lab.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
Are you able to give us the scroll now?
Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnavir. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
Let me just pop Dragon Rend on real quick. No real reason. Follow her into the bone yard. Bone zone. Slowly. Ever so slowly.
I hear something.
Slay Durnavir.
He's here. Defend yourselves.
Just pop Dragon Rend on him. So he has to come down and
Where'd you come from?
fight us face to face. Oh, I was healing. I had popped the spell, but It didn't work.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
Well, at least we went through a loading zone.
Wait. I hear something.
It's Durnavir. He's here. Defend yourselves!
I think I will take a slightly more conservative approach to battling Durnavir.
Who's there?
By which I mean, archery.
Where'd you come
That Serrano is the lyric I handle is raised people and do my best to keep them grounded and damaged by an arrow. Alright, so we're nearly down and grounded. I cannot search Durnavir.
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
What makes you say that?
Volumes written on Durnavir allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Unless...
Go on.
The soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnavir's physical form while he reconstitutes himself.
How long will that take?
Minutes? Hours? Years? I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can be on your way. What did you want?
I'm going to carefully take all of your ingredients. If you don't mind.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
And the soul husk extract. I don't know if I can actually make that myself.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
Some Elder Scroll related books. I'll take them all. I'll probably read a book or two involving the Elder Scrolls at the end of this particular stream. What we're doing is picking them up. Alright, Elder Scroll Blood.
That's the last scroll. Come on, let's take it to Dexian.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way.
You're staying here?
I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition.
We'll return for you
I
when we can.
appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left.
Okay, so I want to find the quest trigger for Impatience of a Saint. I'm on the Boneyard side of the Soul Cairn. He's in the southeast. There's a list here of where all of them are, but so we go southeast of here. I should be able to find him. Southeast when I exit the Boneyard. But the first thing I have to do is actually exit the area. You can't really see the map of the Boneyard or the Soul Cairn very well. Curiously, on the map of Tamriel, you move like all over the place. It shows me as nowhere near Castle Volkar, at least. So Denevere is reconstituting himself.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin.
I thought you were dead.
Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death.
Why are we speaking?
I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue.
I found you equally worthy.
Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you.
What kind of a favor?
For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there.
What's stopping you?
I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more.
How could I help?
I will place my name with you, and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum.
Just call your name in Tamriel? That's it?
Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right.
Why do you call me Quinarin?
In my language, the Quinarin is the vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle.
Fellow Dova? I am not the dragon.
You are the Dova King, the Dragonborn. You may not be one of us in body, but you have vital.
If you haven't discovered that you're Dragonborn yet, he doesn't know it either, but he says something to the effect of he feels potential in you or something.
There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles.
Were you a part of all that?
I was. But unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dilan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy.
So you sought the Soul Cairn for answers.
The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica.
They didn't tell you she was immortal.
I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul.
Is that why you're free now?
Free? No. I have been here too long, Quanarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call.
I'm glad we found the scroll. I wish you could come with us.
You're dripping, sir. Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, Jib is, based on the map that I looked at, Jib is south-southeast of the entrance to the boneyard.
I knew I heard something.
Just because we defeated Dunavir and Sneakers and everything does not mean that there's not going to still be enemies here. This whole cairn will never be safe. the next most favorable thing to finding Jib himself to start this quest would be finding another page, because if I found the page, I would see its location on the map and use that to further assess where he is. There's a sack of soul husks here, and a chest, but unfortunately no page.
Come on, let's go home.
But I will look around while I'm up here. See if down below in any direction I see a person. I see a person in that direction. Let's try that. This takes me high up though. A Reaver Gem fragment. I need 3 of those if I want to do the if I want to hunt down the Reaper in his lair. You can see no reward up here. Okay, I saw what looked like a person in the distance in one direction, but I decided to leap into that portal instead. So now I need to get my bearings again. I see a person over here.
Prison ship, or was it before that?
There we go.
What do you want?
What exactly are you doing?
How does anyone expect me
now, if
to
you played
write
Morrowind,
opus
you
with
might
all of
recognize
these rude interruptions?
Opus, what do you mean?
What do I mean, indeed? If I hadn't lost all of the pages, I wouldn't be in this predicament, and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Let's just start at the beginning.
Very well. I suppose a moment or 2 of my time couldn't hurt. I am Jib. Some call me Saint Jib. Others call me Jib the Eradicator. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Nope, never heard of you.
I can't say that I'm surprised by your answer. Until I get my 2nd volume published, no one will ever know of my achievements.
You're talking about a book?
A book? I'd hardly call a 26-volume epic simply a book. Surely you've heard of the rise and fall of Saint Jib the Eradicator, hero of Morrowind and savior of the Dhalma.
Credit hog. Maybe a shorter title is in order?
Maybe you should leave the writing to an expert. Stop making foolish
I
suggestions.
deserve to be an excellent writer, fool. How is your work going so far?
Terrible. Simply terrible. I was in the midst of writing the second volume, and they just threw me into this prison. It's unfair.
Serrano seems to be bored. Who threw you in here?
That damned Remora and his minions. They didn't even give me a chance to explain who I was.
Had Dremora captured you?
Well, I assume so. It cast a spell at me from some kind of strange black crystal. Next thing I knew, I arrived here.
Your soul was trapped.
My what? Wait. That means...
You're dead.
No. All these wasted months? Or has it been years?
It's been years.
I don't even remember how much time has passed. No, my work will never see the light of day. My name will be forgotten.
Could I help?
Perhaps. Do you have a way out of here?
I do, but you can't leave that way.
Maybe I can't leave, but my writings can. In order to write the second volume of my opus, I need the notes from my first volume. Otherwise, I need to do all of this from memory.
How many pages did you lose?
When I was tossed in here, I felt myself falling, and I dropped the pages I had been holding. There were 10 of them in all. Find them for me, please. I beg you.
How did you earn your nickname?
Ah, yes. Say Jib the Eradicator.
I found
Jib the
half of them.
Magnificent. I've earned a lot of those titles thanks to my campaign against the Winged Menace.
Winged Menace?
Yes. I'm speaking of the Cliff Racer, of course. Wretched things. They used to crisscross the skies over Morrowind like vermin. Nasty flying creatures with a habit of sneaking upon the unwary.
What was your campaign against them?
After I was freed from prison, I decided to turn my life around. Give something back to the people of Morrowind. It became quickly apparent that the best way I could help would be by wiping out the Cliff Racers.
Were you successful?
Indeed I was. I hunted down and killed every last one of them. Took years. The people of Morrowind were so grateful to have the roads safer again, they took to calling me St. Jib, and then the other names followed.
You said you were in prison.
That was a dark time in my life. I did a lot of things I ended up regretting. Maybe that's why I worked so hard to redeem myself once I was freed.
What did you do?
I murdered others for money. And before you think I belong to some romantic or secretive guild, think again. I was simply an addict who needed money for skooma. The stuff wasn't cheap, and murder always seemed to be in demand.
How did you get caught?
I finally bit off more than I could chew. I was paid to assassinate some high-ranking official from House Redorin. What I didn't know is someone had hired the Morag Tong to kill him as well.
Rival assassin?
Exactly. He got to my target first and called the guard to cover his tracks. By the time I got there, the place was on alert. Walked right into a trap and didn't even realize it until I was captured.
So what ended up happening to you?
They tried me for murder, threw me on a prison ship, and sent me to the jail in Vivek City. Gave me a lot of time to think, that's for sure.
Why would a Dremora attack you?
Well, that's a ridiculous question. Everyone traveling through here has said that the Oblivion Gates have been opening all over
200 years ago, sure. That was a bit before my time.
Has it been that long? Oh my. Well, it started with the followers of Mehrunes Dagon having Emperor Uriel Septim VII assassinated. Without a Septim on the throne of the Empire, Dagon was able to leave Oblivion through the gates and attack.
Why was Dagon able to do this?
All I heard is that without a Septim sitting on the throne of the Empire, the dragon fires in a place called the Temple of the One were no longer lit. This meant that we were vulnerable to the forces of Oblivion.
What ended up happening?
Well, I don't know. Everything seemed fine until that Remora attacked me. I only heard later about the gates from the other souls. I can only assume the gates have been closed by now.
Where were you captured?
I had just moved from my ancestral home in Morrowind to the continent of Cyrodiil. I settled in the city of Kavach to write my memoirs and to find some peace and quiet.
Is that where you were attacked?
Indeed. One moment I was writing diligently, and the next, my door bursts open. It was a cadre of Dremora. The city was under attack. I took it upon myself to join the cause.